Team energy moves in cycles, sometimes fast and focused, other times slow and fatigued. Tempo mapping helps leaders read those shifts, just like adjusting levels on a sound mixer. By observing natural work rhythms and using simple visual tools, leaders can detect when the pace is off. Are things moving too fast, risking burnout, or too slow, creating drag? Weekly check-ins provide a moment to pause and ask, is our current tempo working for us? With these insights, leaders can shift gears, slowing down to ease pressure or speeding up to reignite momentum, keeping the team in sustainable flow. Think of leadership like conducting an orchestra. At times, you spark energy to ignite momentum, especially when progress stalls or focus begins to fade. Once the rhythm builds, you hold the flow, balancing pace and pressure to keep everyone in sync and productive. But even the best teams need time to cool down, to recover, reflect, and recalibrate after high-intensity phases or conflicts. These three flow modes, ignite, hold, and cool down, are essential. Great leaders don't stick to one tempo. They read the moment, adjust their style, and guide the team through natural energy waves, keeping the performance sustainable and strong. Think of leadership like conducting an orchestra. At times, you spark energy to ignite momentum, especially when progress stalls or focus begins to fade. Once the rhythm builds, you hold the flow, balancing pace and pressure to keep everyone in sync and productive. But even the best teams need time to cool down, to recover, reflect, and recalibrate after high-intensity phases or conflicts. These three flow modes, ignite, hold, and cool down, are essential. Great leaders don't stick to one tempo. They read the moment, adjust their style, and guide the team through natural energy waves, keeping the performance sustainable and strong. As a leader, your emotional state doesn't stay with you, it spreads. When you stay calm under pressure, your team feels it. They think more clearly, make better decisions, and feel safe to contribute. But if you panic or show stress, that tension ripples out fast, clouding focus, raising anxiety, and breaking team flow. That's why emotional regulation starts with you. It's not just about staying composed, it's about setting the emotional tone for the whole group. Great leaders learn to pause, to breathe, to choose their responses, especially in tense moments. Because when you regulate yourself, you regulate the room. Even strong teams can lose momentum, not because of lack of skill, but because of a few subtle leadership habits that quietly kill flow. Micromanaging, for example, may come from a desire to help, but it sends the wrong signals. It interrupts focused work, reduces autonomy, and creates an atmosphere of mistrust. When people feel watched too closely, they stop trusting themselves. Shifting directions in the middle of a sprint might feel necessary in fast-moving environments, but without clear communication, it leads to confusion, wasted effort, and emotional fatigue. The team isn't just adjusting tasks, they're reorienting mentally, and that takes a toll. Bringing personal stress or unresolved issues into the workplace is human, but as a leader, your emotional state becomes contagious. When frustration or tension leaks into your communication, it can ripple through the team, disrupting focus and lowering morale. And when leadership fixates on individuals, highlighting one person's performance while ignoring the team's collective rhythm, imbalances start to appear. Some team members burn out from carrying the load, while others disengage from a lack of trust or purpose. These habits are easy to slip into, but they come at a high cost. Sustaining flow requires awareness and discipline. As leaders, we set the tempo. When we protect the team's rhythm, performance, and well-being follow. Sustaining team flow requires intention, rhythm, and shared rituals. Start with daily alignment. A short check-in, just 10 to 15 minutes, is often enough to align goals, surface blockers, and keep everyone focused. It's not just about tasks, it's about creating a shared mental model so the team moves together, not in parallel. Then weekly recharge. High performance doesn't mean constant grind. Teams need space to reset. Block time each week to pause, whether through a casual coffee catch-up, shared win session, or even just a team-wide deep work window with no meetings. This small pause builds resilience and renews motivation. Finally, monthly retrospectives. Take a structured moment to reflect as a team. What worked? What didn't? Where did we grow? And where do we want to improve? This isn't about blame. It's about learning together and evolving the rhythm. When these rituals are practiced consistently, they become anchors. They reduce chaos, build trust, and help the team maintain momentum over time. Flow doesn't require perfection. It needs structure that supports human energy and focus. Before your team can stay in flow, you have to pause and ask yourself, am I helping my team move forward or unknowingly holding them back? Start with your energy. What kind of presence did I bring into the room this week? Was I calm and steady, or did I carry stress that spilled into the team? Your tone as a leader often sets the rhythm the team follows, intentionally or not. Now think about your impact. Did my actions create alignment and momentum? Or did I cause unnecessary interruptions, confusion, or rework? Sometimes, even well-meaning involvement can disrupt focus. Ask yourself, when was the last time I let the team dive deep into their work without stepping in too early? What changed when I trusted them with uninterrupted space? Flow isn't just about individual productivity, it's about team rhythm. Are you aware of the current rhythm your team is moving in? Are you adapting your leadership style to match it, or are you pushing against it? And finally, am I managing my own emotional energy well enough to support the team's climate? Because as a leader, your regulation sets the temperature for everyone else. Reflection isn't about guilt, it's about growth. When you regularly check in with your leadership habits and energy, you build awareness, and with awareness comes influence. The more intentional you become, the more space your team has to thrive, not in chaos, not in stress, but in flow.